I got sepsis there, and basically, I tell you, I just thought it was a bit of a flu, and I was kind of hanging around, and we were meant to start the Shute Shield that Saturday, and I was down to play anyways, and I didn't want to miss it, so I was kind of thought I'd come back good anyways, but I went into hospital with it, and anyways, it turned out then that I suppose I'd got an infection, like the infection had kind of got into the heart then, onto one of the valves, and so I was in hospital for a couple of weeks, and I was meant to then go down and get heart surgery, get the valve replaced, and anyway, we were talking different options with the doctor, and I suppose I was very lucky that for a finish, it turned out that I just about escaped having to get the surgery. I suppose the doctor kind of said it was a bit of a miracle really, because I was moved up to the hospital and we'd done the scans and everything and getting ready to go in, and was very lucky to avoid it, and a small bit of damage, but I suppose once I got out of there and got home, I'm under a cardiologist here and he's keeping an eye on me, but yeah, it was a bit of a disaster really, because I went over for, I suppose, to play a season over there, and then ended up in hospital for, well, I was in an inpatient for a month, and then the second month I was coming in every day for antibiotics there and infusions on it, like kind of antibiotics infusions. Yeah, so a bit of a disaster, and I suppose at the time I thought maybe I wouldn't play rugby again, especially if I was getting the replacement, the surgery. I would have been totally out for rugby in the future, and I suppose it was people like my mother and stuff fighting for me over there, because I was too sick really nearly to fight for myself, that sort of way. So I kind of thought nearly I was going to die nearly at the start. Like for the first couple of weeks I was very bad, very sick, and just in an awful way puking, and just in terrible state. Like I really did think I was going to kick the bucket nearly, like, you know. And then it was only after maybe 3-4 weeks I kind of started to get the gander back up again. Yeah, so I didn't think I'd be back in playing clubs again or anything like that, or even to play for young Munsters again was serious. Like, and just the support I got from the club, and you know, lads out there in Australia, ex Cookies players, and lads like Alan Fitzgerald out gave me a hand big time, you know, and other friends like Mooney and my mother and stuff, massive help, you know. And only for them, like, I don't know where I'd be, you know. And the doctor, of course, the medical staff were unbelievable. It was Alan Fitzgerald actually from Garryowen. He was out there with me, and he set it up with Rachel Gurnett, and the two of them set it up, and then of course the Cookies got behind it and started promoting it, and then of course all the other clubs around Limerick and Cork and Dublin and across the country. Like I was totally blown away, like, because I was in an awful space at the time, like, and it was a massive help, like, just paying for flights, like getting home and other bits and pieces, like, you know, just covering medical expenses, and just even like I was in the house there, and the rent, they were looking for rent on the house and everything, like, and you know, no money to pay that, like, and it was I just can't, I blew my mind, to be honest with you, how the support I got from the rugby community, like, in general, and like I would never have even thought of it in, you know, Jesus, a million dreams, like, you know. It was unbelievable. I just can't even put into words, to be honest with you. Like, it was, I suppose you'd feel loved all right at the time, you know, because there were people you wouldn't even thought of it, and they're putting in money, and yeah, really puts perspective on things, you know. I didn't kind of think I'd be back as quick, like, because I kind of came back and I was just trying to do a bit, like, and you know, then Slad and said come down for a bit of training, just be good for the lads, and I brought the boots and just go out for a bit of a gander, and I didn't feel too bad then, and I did a bit more, and I kind of fell back into it then that way. Like, I hadn't really intended on coming back, but yeah, I would have been very weak coming back, like, you know. I lost a lot of weight, like 10 or 12 kilograms at the time, and geez, I was eating like a pig for 6-7 months, you know, after trying to put it back on, and yeah, so I would have been very weak, but I just kind of fell back into it, and the club were very accommodating, you know, because I didn't really do a pre-season because I wouldn't have been able to. Because I nearly kind of resigned myself that I wouldn't play again, you know, that sort of way. And at the time, because I thought I was going to get the surgery and was going to, you know, you wouldn't be able to, you know, you'd have on the heavy blood thinners, you wouldn't be able to do anything like that again. And actually, in fairness, my mother was fighting big time, because she knew how much I enjoyed rugby, but I was so sick, I nearly, you know, I just was so resigned to it, like. And yeah, just I suppose her kind of fighting, and then the doctors were they were waiting as long as they could before making a call, and it was only because of the doctor I had over there, Dr. Wong, he kind of was tinkering the treatment the whole time, and only for that I would have been, do you know what I mean? And so yeah, didn't think I'd be back in the colours at all, to be honest with you. Even just to get picked for the training squad, like, is a huge achievement, and just people texting you and just congratulating you and stuff. It's again unbelievable, and just a chance, I suppose, to represent kind of your family and friends and your club, the Alicadoos, everyone, definitely very surreal, I suppose. Yeah, never thought I'd even get to this point. Even to play senior rugby was something as a young lad, I hardly thought I'd even make it. So really, in terms of rugby, flying high, like, delighted. Yeah.